Midwest Kids just released a collaboration with Hollister. It's amazing what's possible when everyone has a voice at the table, not just a seat. Seeing is believing. Head to Hollister.com to grab some exclusive merch from Midwest Kids.
Paint your mind on a damaged canvas. Your heart is my main campus. Hey. I can't go on without you. Everything around me looks bland. I don't know, I'm scared of it. Stories whispering in the wind. I take from it as much as I can stomach. Remind yourself you're working for something. You wouldn't be doing this all for nothing. No, free your mind. Get high, get high, get high, get high, high, and vibrate, vibrate higher. Free your mind. Get high, get high, get high, get high, high, and vibrate, vibrate higher. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. I don't wanna hear about who died inside the club. I just wanna know why it's so hard to show some love. Wonder if they know Fat Tone died of thug. Wonder if they know Jimi Hendrix died of drugs. Life ain't what it seems to be on TV all the time. Every song's a poem, doesn't always have to rhyme. Draw a bigger picture for coloring in the lines. It's important to paint your portrait before you die. Free your mind. Get high, get high, get high, get high, high, and vibrate. Free your mind. Get high, get high, get high, get high, high, and vibrate, vibrate higher. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Free your mind. Get high, get high, get high, get high, high, and vibrate, vibrate higher.
Racks then go crazy. Hold me down, love, my love, and I will follow you to the moon and the stars above. Make it rain and shower you with my love, my love, my love, my love. Tell me, Lord, will you be around when I'm feeling low, when my heart is hurting? Cast another stone, and uplift the burden. At times I'm not for certain. Deep down inside my soul I'm searching, feeling like I'm worth it. Trying to paint the picture perfect. Feeling so much pain inside, it's hard to mind and I try. Holding on and hanging in, with tears in my eyes. Look at me, love, look what your love has done to me. Feeling like I'm over the edge, feeling like I'm incomplete. Feeling like I'm in too deep, feeling like can't take it. Feeling like I'm trying to keep it open, looking, trying to catch the break. Feeling like I'm going down deep, but it's splashing, then I drown. Feeling like can't get enough, feeling like I had enough. What do we do with hustle go? Hustle go when they turn to stone. The feeling when we crash and burn. Do we stay in love or do I love adjourn? Hold me down, love, my love, and I will follow you to the moon and the stars above. Make it rain and shower you with my love, my love, my love, my love. Love me, baby, give me love, for better or for worse. I've been going through some things, and deep inside the pain it hurts. Know the feeling of being down, looking up just to see the ground. Trying my best to stay composed, feeling like I'm lost and I can't be found. Living day by day to see mama smile. Send me love in the name of love, no giving up, no giving in. Can I call when I'm feeling down and I need a friend? Can I depend? Turned on with shoulders cold, trying to make it through this rocky road. What the fuck is love when I feel alone? On a freight train, run away long, long. My heart you stole it, broke it, deep for the night, my kryptonite. Hearts of men trying to make it break. Hearts of love, we can fight or flight, popping out my heart just to cleanse my soul. Pop it up, I still pissing out depression. Could it be love I didn't neglect? Love say I'm nothing left with no affection. What do we do with hustle go? Hustle go when they turn to stone. The feeling when we crash and burn. Do we stay in love or do I love adjourn? Hold me down, love, my love, and I will follow you to the moon and the stars above. Make it rain and shower you with my love, my love, my love, my love. Hold me down, love, my love, and I will follow you to the moon and the stars above. Make it rain and shower you with my love, my love, my love, my love.
I still need it right away. Slip down my face, now I'm gon' see it night and day. Even though I slipped, yeah, I messed up, now big like a tidal wave. Tryna pick it up where we left it, there's no hideaway. Mosh pit, I ain't wanna really knock it, but keep your hands up on my pockets. I just fly that rockets, so many other in the streets never watch it. Can't top it, everybody moving in my vibes subsonic. Mosh pit, now they be working all day, cut it loose, stay a little about my booth. Nothing, I love with a toe. Real been a life, but I still be one little shawty. Maybe when I hit 40, cruising to see we get naughty. But you'll see, ay. I still need it right away. Slip down my face, now I'm gon' see it night and day. Even though I slipped, yeah, I messed up, got like a tidal wave. Tryna pick it up where we left it, there's no hideaway. Mosh pit, working to stack up the bread, then I'm finna keep it low key. Never went to Malibu, me and got two neighbors know me. I chase bags, I don't sleep, I hate sitting in the nosebleed. They so jealous of me, girls listen to me, cause I just feed them protein. Man, I just be acting different, when you acting funny, man, you gotta fix it. Promethazine, your self-esteem, empathy, and Lil Boo, she had to kick it. Now I gotta get it out of system. At first sight, she thought I was a ticket, ghosted that, now she real vindictive. But you'll see, I still need it right away. Slip down my face, now I'm gon' see it night and day. Even though I slipped, yeah, I messed up, now big like a tidal wave. Tryna pick it up where we left it, there's no hideaway. Mosh pit, I ain't wanna really knock it, but keep your hands up on my pockets. Hot as fly like rockets, so many other in the streets never watching. Can't top it, everybody moving in my vibes subsonic. Mosh pit.
I just want to run my business and do ratchet shit with my friends, and that's it. That's it. That's it.
You are now tuned in to All Hustle and No Fear with your girl, the Hood Unicorn, Come on, let's go.
Back against the wall, last name against the ropes. Middle finger stretched if you thinking it's a joke. Tell my friend I'm about to blow, 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 about to blow.
It's up. How y'all doing out there, family? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's your girl, Sunshine Reigns, aka Griselda Blanca, aka Uni the Motivator, aka the Party Starter. But you tune in each and every morning because I am your hood unicorn. I am here to motivate you. I am here to elevate you, and I am here to let you know about all the stupid shit that's going on in the world. I swear to God, that is here what I am here for, and I make sure to do it, and I do it well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you haven't woke yourself up yet, do it. It's fun. Waking up is fun. It's a lot of people out here that ain't waking up no more. They did not wake up in the same place that they went to sleep, and they are very confused. Shout out to Tina Turner. Tina Turner done woke up and said, you know what? If this nigga Ike is up here, I swear, I know Tina Turner. I know Tina Turner went to heaven and said, I swear to God, if I see Ike up here, I know something. I know. She said, big wheels gonna keep on rolling. Woo! I promise you. Tina got her wings, though. Tina had her wings on earth because them legs was amazing. I mean, you could really put together a really beautiful woman if you took Tina Turner's legs, Angela Bassett's arms, Halle Berry's titties, Janet Jackson's stomach, right? Who got a real nice natural ass? Just a nice natural ass. Rihanna's booty. And I'm just picking the first person that come to my mind right now, but Tiana Taylor's face. Like that's amazing. That's a beautiful woman. Like, wow. I would that how I would have put it together. Good morning, people. Y'all know I'm always telling y'all about different things that I'm trying or ways that I'm trying to make my business better. And it's all the rave right now. You can't go anywhere without hearing somebody talk about it. But I promise you I created an all-star dime. And I ain't even said nothing about her brain yet. That's just what she looked like. But there's a couple folks out there that's smart as fuck to me that I'd love to sit and have some conversations with, that I would put that brain in there. But yeah. Okay, so I know a lot of us are looking at it like, I get it, but what do I need it for, right? And I'm going to explain it for those people. So Rodney, I'm going to use you as my example, right? So just don't take this the wrong way, but just a regular Joe Smo. He's on the internet. He has a Facebook. He has an Instagram, right? And he has a business, and he's using Instagram and everything else to facilitate him being able to meet new people, gain new business or whatever. But we all understand that Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of these different things, you can't just put the picture up there. You can't just put the video up there. You have to include some sort of dialogue, right? And on different platforms, the dialogue is received differently. If you haven't understood that first, that is the first thing that you must understand as a business person, is who you are talking to and how you are talking to them and how they are receiving your message. You cannot have the same conversation on Twitter that you have on Facebook or that you have on Instagram. Okay? For example, people, if you put an Instagram post and it's a video or a picture or whatever, if you write a passage underneath it that is more than, let's say, 200 words, nobody's reading that. I don't care. That's not the place for that. Instagram is not the place to write your dissertation underneath your caption. No, that's not the place for that. Facebook is the place for that. Facebook is where you can write a long ass comment and people will sit there and read it because the demographics of Facebook is different. Okay? Instagram, that comment section or that description, it needs to be straight to the point. Probably have a couple emojis in there, and it needs to be a casual conversation in some kind of way, or it needs to be extremely informative, right? But it's a very informal place to advertise. Facebook, you can explain more. You can give them more information about what you're doing, or just as a person, you can talk to them on a different level, right? TikTok, look, I'm not reading. I don't read the captions on TikTok. Everything needs to be right there on that screen. And let me say this as well. For those TikTok videos that y'all post where y'all have like it's a video real quick and then it's got a whole bunch of words on the screen, I scroll right past those because I'm not here to read that. I'm not here to read all of this shit and listen to this song that you got playing over and over and over again in the background. Get to the point. Let's go. What's going on in this TikTok? Real quick. Let's go. I'm being honest with you. Also, when you send out emails, the way your emails is completely different than your captions, right? So I'm saying all this to say that I've been playing with this Chat GPT, and I've been playing with it the way my brain works or needs things to work. So, okay, over the last couple of days, what I've been playing with it is I'll say something like I'll write out or I'll say into my phone an advertisement I might want to create, right? And I'm telling y'all this because it takes me a very long time to write YouTube descriptions about my show. It takes me a long time to write things because I'm not a writer, I'm an orator. I speak. So when I write out the way I speak, it don't come out right. So I can say into Chat GPT what I want or what I'm trying to convey. And then I can tell it, I want you to rewrite this in the tone of sarcasm mixed with humor. I want it to be targeted towards an African-American audience. I want it to be in the style of a radio advertisement. And it will spit out words. Then I can go back and tell it, rewrite it again for an email. Rewrite it again for an Instagram post. Rewrite it again for a YouTube description. You see where I'm going with this, Rodney? You see where I'm going with this? So it's like the main points that you need. King Improvement Solutions. We're open Monday through Friday. We'll come to you. Baseline price for a pull-up costs $45. Whatever. I'm just making up shit, right? You put that in the Chat GPT and then tell it, I want you to recreate, I want you to rewrite this as an Instagram post. Now that video that you just posted, now you have a really great dynamic caption for it, and it took you less than 2 minutes to do it, right? I will say that as a parent, I wouldn't want my kid to use this to write their homework assignments or whatever. I can see ways that it might be used and it creates laziness. See, I'm all for technology advancing my plight. I'm all for technology helping me. I'm not for technology making me stupider. I don't think that that's what technology is for. And I'll give you my examples. Okay, so GPS it can be good or bad. I've seen GPS literally drive people off of a bridge because you pay attention to this machine more than you use your common sense and you use your faculties of what you see is going on. I've seen GPS drive people dead. Well, not I've seen, but I've read articles where GPS had drove people dead into the middle of the desert and there's nothing there and they're stuck. And they never stopped to use their common sense to say, hey, wait a minute, let's not do this. Okay. I also know people who cannot drive to the same place over and over and over again without their GPS. Now, do I understand that some of y'all turn y'all GPS on every single time because there's traffic and you want to avoid it? Great. Awesome. Do it. Use it for that. But I have a rule. If I've come to your house more than 3 times, I can't use my GPS no more. I have to be able to get to your house on my own ability to navigate. I can't rely on the GPS because what if my phone dies and I need to get home? What if there's an emergency and I don't have time to turn my GPS on to get out? Like, I have to be able to navigate without this technology. Whereas some people have taken GPS and they are absolutely not able to get anywhere without it. I make fun of Kels all the time because at least once every 3 times Kels comes to my house, she's going to ask me, hey, can you send me your address so I can get there? And I'm like, Kels, how do you not know how to get to my house yet? How? But that's just her. But she's not the only person. Madonna's like that too. Madonna turns on her GPS to go anywhere. And I look at both of them and I'm just like, you have to be able to navigate without this tool. What happens if you don't have GPS? You know what I'm saying? So the same thing for me is with Chat GPT. It's a tool that I want to use to enhance what I'm already capable of doing, but I don't want it to take away my ability to be capable of producing something on my own. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to y'all? Rodney was saying, okay, so let's see. Alan is here. Good morning. Good morning. Rodney said, awesome motivation yesterday. The gym is on my schedule today. Rodney said, big shout out to Big Red Leads. ANHF family, tap in with that man. Look, you know what? I want to say this too. I am really, really happy that the people in my comment section on YouTube and, just all around all of my social media platforms have gotten to the place where you guys are networking with each other. And that makes me happy because, like I've said, I don't want fans. I don't need you to be my fan. That doesn't mean a great deal to me. I appreciate that you like me, that I inspire you. That's a goal, but I don't want a fan. I don't want you to just fan out over me. I want you to utilize what I'm trying to create here. And what I'm trying to create is a community. What I'm trying to create is a network. You know what I'm saying? No, Rodney has never paid me to say King Improvement Solutions. Not one damn time. But I will continue to let y'all know that he's out there and he does that because Rodney is a dope ass person. Have I ever met him in person? Not once. Not one damn time. But that isn't going to stop me from being able to help him to move into a space that he deserves to be in. Not for any other reason than he's a fucking living human being. And for me, he's no longer a thumb. He's an actual person that we've had conversation, Be social on social media. The whole purpose of this is so that you can interact and touch and reach people that you never had the opportunity to before. I love the fact that after I've had Chubbs on here, y'all go and y'all network with Chubbs and y'all getting y'all life better and y'all talking to somebody and now y'all have a therapist that y'all can go to. I love the fact that Big Red talks about money and property and doing things, and he let y'all know that he has a company where he can teach you financial resources and things like that. And I love the fact that you are utilizing it. There are people out here that talk about this crab in the bucket syndrome. And it's only there if you aren't open to put out and receive. Yes, a person will act like a crab in a bucket to you if you in the bucket with the fucking crabs. But you can't act like a crab in the bucket if you a bird. I'm not surrounded by crabs. I told y'all a long time ago, I soar with eagles. My friends are fucking eagles. We's dinosaur. I'm a velociraptor out here. I'm flying high and strong. So I'm not worried about somebody that's holding me back, bringing me down, not giving me the information I need or whatever, because I don't see that. The only thing that I see is the opportunity that I have, and I'm not poor, so I don't pass over opportunities regularly. I've had a couple of people that I watch on Instagram talk about this Chat GPT. My internet guy, the guy who works on my website, he kept telling me about Chat GPT and what he was going to use it, how he was going to utilize it for my website, and how he's used it for other people's website. Okay. So I'm hearing about it, the opportunity. I know that I need something to help me do what I'm doing better. Why not investigate it for myself and find out and just try it, just test it out? Look, if it don't work for you, that's what's up. But what's the problem with downloading an app or opening up a website and just experimenting to see how much further you can take your business, you can take your brand, you can take your idea? Because I'm telling you right now, y'all, I'm about to write my book with Chat GPT. But I want to make sure my book is still authentically me and not some robot that just came up with the words. So I'm going to tell y'all exactly how I'm going to do it, because I want everybody to write a book. Somebody got something out there. Hopefully this will inspire somebody to write a book. Every morning when I motivate y'all, I realize this on my own. Every morning when I motivate y'all, I'm basically giving you my book. The only part that's missing is the work that I want you to do, right? So I've gone back on my shows and I've told YouTube to give me a transcript of the show. Okay. Now I know my motivation is usually the first 15 minutes of the show. So I edit out the transcript of the first 15 minutes of the show and I put that on a Google document. From the Google document, I take that and I put that in Chat GPT and I tell it how I want it to rewrite it. So I want you to write this like a motivational book with sarcastic undertones, humor, and directed towards a 40-year-old Black girl. Bet. Chat GPT is then going to spit something out to me. Okay. I then take that and I go over it. I add what I need to add to it. I add my own colloquialisms. I add my own experiences, whatever it is that makes the book authentically me and makes it my voice. Then I take that and I put that back in Chat GPT and I tell it to make it shorter, because I'm going to tell you right now, the way I speak, it's going to be long as hell. Okay. After I've condensed it, go back and read it one more time and make sure I add anything else that I want to add that sounds authentically me. And now I have a chapter. I'm on episode 541 today. That's 541 episodes of motivation. That's 541 episodes of tips, tricks, and gems. That's 541 episodes of a book. That sounds to me like a damn encyclopedia. But of course, just shrink it down. Is it any less my words, my book? No. Did I use a tool to help me create what I need efficiently? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I mean by utilize the technology to work for you and not just technology taking over and doing everything. I'm still doing the work. The book is still from my brain. It's still mine. It's just I type like shit. My grammar sucks. It just does. But I can read really well and I know what I want to say. And I have a good thought. Just got to organize it. So I hope that helps somebody out there who's been thinking about Chat GPT. You hear everybody talking about why it's so great, but I just gave you one way that you can utilize it. I've had other people tell me that they literally just talk to it and ask it questions. That for me, that's getting a little bit too close to that Elon Musk and that iRobot shit. No, you are a tool. You are not a friend. So, just there it is for y'all. Hopefully that helps somebody. Hopefully that helps somebody out. Let's see. Rodney is going in on this comment section. Rodney said, I was raised to read a map, so I try to teach my kids don't rely on GPS 100%, and it makes sense. You have created a community. And what about episode 451? What you mean? Did I number my episodes wrong? Is this not episode 541? Is this supposed to be 551? Don't confuse me, Rodney. Stop messing with me. Rodney said, I just signed on for my second month with Chubbs and I'm making business adjustments thanks to Big Red. Back on my fitness inspired by stick shift. And Lord, I tapped into some positive spanking. Yo, if you are not in tune with your... I'm going to reread this again because I want to record this so that I can replay this. Rodney Watson just said, because of All Hustle, No Fear, I've signed on for my second month with Chubbs. I'm making business adjustments thanks to Big Red, and I'm back on my fitness inspired by Stick Shift Fitness. And Lord, I tapped in to some positive spanking. Y'all, if you are not advertising, if you are not marketing with All Hustle, No Fear, these people don't even, every single person he just said, none of them pay me. So what do you think will happen if you pay me to push your shit? Everybody know about the stuff I talk about. They do. They just do, because that's what I am. That's what I do. So shout out to all of those people, and I'm glad you are reaching out and you're networking. And I'm glad that I've created a community of people that want to network with each other. So thanks so much. Thanks so much for that, Rodney. I appreciate that comment. Oh, you was talking about when you was on the video with me and Alex on 451. Yeah, you know what? Look, I always appreciate you guys just showing up and showing out for me. But that still don't seem like I was advertising for you though, Rodney. That was me allowing you to come on and talk and just. I don't know. I don't feel like that was me advertising. That was just me putting you showing love. That's all I'm trying to do, y'all. That's all I'm trying to do is just show love. I started doing this because I wanted more people to know about my brother's music. I love Joey. I love Joey H. And I think his music is amazing. And so I started out with something called Green and Screen, where I was going around the bonfire and I would pull out this screen and a projector, and I would play music videos. The issue I had was the music at bonfire was so loud they couldn't hear my music. So I was wanted to tap in with them and create it so that I could be on the headphones. But they eventually saw what I was doing and got somebody else to do it with a bigger screen. Yes, the other person did it way better than I did it because they had more funds. But it was initially my idea or my thought process or whatever, because I wanted people to see the visuals. People create really amazing visuals and not enough people see it. So I put it on the back shelf, and then here it is again. And like I said, last Sunday, we did it at WAP. Again, my setup isn't the best setup, but my execution is where it's at. Again, he didn't pay me to come up there and talk and really let people know who he is as an artist. I chose him because I like what he's doing. I like what he stands for. I like what he's creating. I reached out to him. Will I give everybody the opportunities that I give other people free? No, because I'm a business. But you network for a reason. And if you are choosing to network with people based upon your brand and your strategy, there's nothing wrong with that. Go further. You know what I mean? But utilize your resources. Reach out to people. Be open. Stop feeling like no one wants to help you, because no one wants to help you. I promise you, if you have a don't nobody want to help me attitude, people feel that. People feel that. But if you have a giving and receiving attitude, the amount, I'm looking at you from a camera that somebody gave me. This is a $500 camera that somebody gave me. I can't. I've never felt a crab in the bucket syndrome. I've never felt like I'm surrounded by crabs. Just never have. And I never will think like that. Somebody said that they like my earrings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is one of my sponsors. You can go to allhustlenofear.com. Go to the top. There is a section that says sponsors. On the drop down, one of my sponsors is Studio 219 Inc. I absolutely love them. I've got a couple of tattoos from them. Ask for Nate. Or Ant. Ant is really amazing too. And they're about to open up their second location. So I'm very proud of them. Another one of my sponsors is Art and Spark. I host their Puff and Paint every other Saturday. We have one coming up this Saturday. So if you want something fun to do, adults, Art and Spark is the thing to do. Not only can you be childish, but you can also be an adult, because we paint, act silly, and smoke. And I'm just there for comic relief. It's a ball. And then this is Sweet Sheba Baby. I love her because not only does she make art that you can wear, but she's also the artist that teaches you how to paint whatever painting we are doing at Art and Spark. So y'all check out Sweet Sheba Baby and get you some earrings. Also, if you go through my link on allhustlenofear.com, you get an additional 20% off at checkout. So y'all go check her out. And if you're interested in advertising with All Hustle No Fear, hit me up. I've got some really dope sponsorship packages that start at $600 for a month, all the way down to $400 a month if you subscribe to multiple months. And I have room for 3 different advertisers a month. So let me know. I'm always trying to push you. I'm trying to push y'all shit. All right. Let me see what else is out here. Somebody asked me, am I in ATL? ATL, ho. And though. Yeah. I am. I'm in Atlanta. Y'all can check me out at All Hustle No Fear on all social media platforms. Somebody said she is not lying about that. This is my ex and she can talk. Listen, okay. I got a couple people out here calling. Somebody else said that I was their ex. That's what I love about social media. You can find people that you ain't found before. I'm telling y'all something right now, not to be funny, but if I dated you when I was in junior high school, or whatever, I don't claim it. I'm not even trying to be funny. I've had 2 boyfriends my entire life. That's all that I'm claiming. And if I've ever had sex with you, I didn't. Because you can only prove that I had sex twice with one person. And as far as I'm concerned, that's it. I keep trying to tell y'all, you only a hoe if they know. I don't know why y'all look, y'all could be city girls all y'all want to. Y'all can, yeah, bitch, I fucking everything. Y'all can do all that all you want to. You are only a hoe if they know. As far as I'm concerned, I've only had 2 boyfriends and I've only had sex twice. Anything else is none of y'all business. What I do, how I do it, and what I do it on, and what, that ain't none of y'all business. Y'all be telling too much to me. I'm sorry. I be seeing y'all playing them games and y'all be, pretending like you doing stuff and taking I'm not showing y'all what I'm capable of doing. That's not for y'all. Just know when we turn off the lights and light a candle, it's gonna go down. Okay? Super Bowl big. That's all y'all need to know. But y'all be ladies, let's go back to the days where you can't know unless you know. Period. Cause I'm telling you right now, don't nobody know nothing about me. I ain't telling. And I ain't telling. I ain't telling. I ain't telling. I ain't telling. You said you got to tell Timo in person 2 weeks ago. Thank you for bringing me here. Oh, so you saw Timo and you told him that you learned about me through him. I appreciate that. He was really dope. He's a really nice person. He's a really nice person. Let's see. Somebody laughing at me for what I said. Q&A Design said I'm gonna check out the sip and paint. Really? Hey, okay, look, it's not a sip and paint. It's a puff and paint. You can bring your own alcohol if you want to. I like tequila. share and be nice. But it's a puff and paint. And we be having a lot of fun. I music in my city radio to get your brother's music played in hard. Huh? I didn't get it, but rewrite it so I can understand. Put it in Chat GPT. Anyways, y'all, we about to get this thing started. So look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Again, another way that I've been using Chat GPT. I'm testing it out. This is the first show that I'm testing it out. So I tell y'all all the time, I'm always working on being better. I was talking to Alex yesterday and I was telling her this idea I had, and I was like, I'm never in competition with anybody else, but I always feel like I want people to chase me. Does that make sense to y'all? So I'm never racing you. I'm never in competition with you. I'm never in competition with another person. I'm running my own race. But I do always want to feel like there's somebody behind me, watching me, trying to catch up with me. This gives me this feeling of always trying to be 2 steps ahead, trying to be just a little bit better, not getting complacent with where I am, right? So even though I'm not in the race with anyone, there's definitely somebody behind me. I'm always trying to get better. Always trying to give you a better product. That's why we've upgraded cameras. That's why I was so stickler on getting my music to get better. I'm always trying to get better. That's why you can see me instead of just being on the radio. All of these things are things that I've implemented because I want it to be better, right? Which you should. You should want to be better doing things in your craft, in your brand. So when I watch my videos, I notice, and I know y'all notice, that I do a lot of this. I'm stretching a lot. I'm moving around. It's my anxiety. That's what it is. I have I'm a little squirmy kid. I can't sit still. So I have a little anxiety there and I move around a lot. I'm trying to work on that. Also, I noticed that my eyes be diverted and everywhere else. I'd be like, damn, what was you looking at? Because I look off when I talk. That's what I do. It's one of those weird quirks I have. I look off into the imagination, whatever. And so I'm trying to work on looking directly at the camera. So somebody I've been working on for a while was a teleprompter, and somebody brought it up again. Actually, it was Pep Talk Tay. She brought it up again, and she was talking about a teleprompter and ones that she had saw and she was looking into investing in. Man, there go my brain again. Like, you know what? Let's get back on this teleprompter thing. But I know exactly why I didn't want to use one. I didn't want a teleprompter because I would have had to write my stories. Y'all know right now I read y'all the stories that I find, the articles that I find, and I'm reading someone else's words, right? Chat GPT. ChatGPT. So with ChatGPT, I can take the article, the website address or whatever, or the link. I can drop it in ChatGPT and I can say, rewrite this in my voice. My voice is sarcasm with humor and informative, right? Rewrite this in my voice. And it'll rewrite it for me. So now I have it rewritten, and it still the beautiful thing about ChatGPT is it still brings up the article that I got it from, right? So now I have that. I can put that on a teleprompter and I can read that clear, because there's no way that the way they write these articles, could I put that into a teleprompter and read that? It just wouldn't work, y'all. It just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't sound concise, right? So every story that I'm reading you today is from ChatGPT. I put all the articles that I wanted to talk about today into ChatGPT, and I had it push it out. So I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds different, how it goes. Now I also don't have to worry about the website pulling up all them extra pictures. I also don't have to worry about the website crashing on me or whatever. Like, it's a couple of different reasons why this is really dope. And I mean, this is just free game, just giving y'all free game. But here we go. Let's get this day started. We will, as soon as we get back from this commercial break, because I just looked at the time. When we get back from this commercial break, I'm gonna play y'all some music, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about weeds. It's Thursday. On Thursday, we talk about weeds, and we've got some weird science. We've got some great weird science for y'all. I might actually start with weird science. Y'all okay with that? Y'all okay with me starting with weird science? I'm going to start with weird science today because we've got some good ones, all right? This is All Hustle, No Fear on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. I am your girl, Sunshine Reigns, and I'll be right back. What's up? All my truckers out there, I need y'all to be tuned in to All Hustle, No Fear each and every morning. We will be in your ear, keeping you awake, making sure you don't roll over that slow ass car in front of you, or you get to your destination safely, okay? Make sure you tune in, leave them lot lizards alone, and listen to All Hustle, No Fear each and every morning for 7 to 10 a.m., waking you up in the best way. All you got to do is download Hits 92.3 ATL's app in the iTunes store or the Android, Google Play, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Download it and listen. All of y'all CBD 492 Burger 495 Breaker 49. We've got a hot body on the radio right now, sounding real good, giving us orgasms. Let us go ahead and tune in right now to Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Over and out.
Top of the AA. It's the top of the AA. It's the top of the AA. It's the top of the AA. I'm up in that this money. People think it's funny. We walk when I be running. I need it in a hurry. Let's shout that body curvy. Her man looking worried. Don't wanna have to bury your tail tucked scurry. I don't want no problem. I'll be the one to solve them. Don't fight over no bitches. Too many in the world. She's never really yours. You're never really hers. My vision full of blurs. These niggas looking scared. Looking like a coward. Your attitude is sour. You do it for the minute, I do it for the hour. God gave me the power, grace and gave me mercy. Haters wanna curse me, but their weapons didn't prosper. Satan tried to hurt me, chocolate like a Hershey. New York out to New Jersey, like James, I'm worthy. He see a G coming, but I don't wanna. If I did, she's a goner. We be smoking marijuana in some corner of the AA, the top of the AA. Of the AA, the top of the AA. I'd have her in a sauna by the end of the night. We'd be under the moonlight. By the end of the night, we'd be on Versace sheets with a bottle of Bel Air. looking up at the stars with just a few cares. Fingers through your hair, playing truth or dare. You a model, I'm a player. It's been groomed and I care or give a fuck about this bullshit in the world. I only care about my little boy and two little girls, my wife and my mama, my daddy and my brothers, and everybody else that get caught up in the struggle and suffer. Long suffering, my friend. It's the top of the the top of the it's the top of the the top of the
Already know I'm back here talking to the folks on TikTok. I just gave them some real dope content information that they could use. Hopefully somebody needed it. If nobody needed it, well, I was just talking to myself. Who cares, right? All right, y'all. It's time for, I said we was gonna start out with science, right? For all the new people here, yes, this is a live radio show. Yes, I am the morning drive show. And yes, I talk about different stuff. I don't talk about the same stuff they talk about with DJ Envy. And I'm not into the messy. I'm into, just being a better person and working on myself and, learning about people, networking, whatever. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with weird science. This first one is called It's Too Damn Heavy. All right. Apparently, New York City is in trouble because of climate change. CNN talks about how rising sea levels are now threatening to sink parts of the city. It's not like we haven't heard about this before, right? Environmentalists have been warning us for years that things like melting glaciers and polar ice caps are causing the planet's oceans to rise. But when you hear that one of the world's most iconic cities is actually facing the possibility of being submerged, it really hits home. The article goes on to say that parts of New York City are already experiencing chronic flooding and that the situation is only going to get worse in the coming years. They're talking about tens of billions of dollars in property damage, not to mention the loss of countless jobs and the displacement of millions of people. It all sounds pretty bleak, but we can't just give up and accept the destruction of our cities as inevitable. There are things that we can do to reduce our carbon footprint and to slow down the effects of climate change. For example, we can reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and start using more public transportation to support policies that prioritize environmental protection. Of course, there are always those who are going to argue that climate change isn't real or that there's nothing we can do about it. But if this news is anything to go by, we can't afford to just sit around and wait for the worst to happen. We need to take action now, for the future of our planet and our cities depend on it. Okay, like I said, ChatGPT wrote that. Doesn't necessarily sound like me per se, and it's not as informative as I would like it to be based upon the article that I wrote, but it's to the point and it's a lot easier to read compared to whatever it was CNN wrote. I will say this, adding to what's missing here. It's a lot of skyscrapers, a lot of buildings that are causing New York City to sink as well. It's not just climate change. It's a big deal to deal with the infrastructure of New York City. And then let's add the weight of all of the people there. It's not just the buildings, it's the BBLs. It's the BBLs, y'all. The BBLs is weighing New York down. And we need to do something about this. But it's a lot of construction, a lot of people. It's just a lot in a small amount of real estate. Manhattan is not that big. I'm surprised that bad boy ain't sank yet. You know what I mean? And really, all we really need is one or two real good tsunamis. You know what I'm saying? New York ain't coming back from that. You get enough water going and I can only imagine the way a mildewy New York would smell. You got mildew and pee, and that's all it smell like in New York is mildew and pee. Corey said, it's a lot of weight for sure. It's a lot of weight for sure. Like, it's that, every time I picture them destruction movies where the world is ending, New York, Florida, and California, they always the first to go. They always the first to go. And I be doing math. Like, if a tsunami hit, like, I think Japan had one of the worst tsunamis that ever hit in modern history or whatever, right? And they said that the swell went in, I think they said 60 miles, that the ocean came in 60 miles past where it usually is. I think I'm further than 60 miles away from any water. I think I'm good. Like, I want to live in, I would never live in Florida. Never live on the peninsula. Nope. I told my mom that when we was little. My mom was like, we were living in California and she wanted to move. And so she was like, we can move to Texas, we can move to Atlanta, or we can move to Africa. My dumb ass, or Florida or Africa. My dumb ass, first I said, I'm not moving to Africa because I'm not taking all them shots. That was dumb. I should have moved to Africa when I had a chance because America is ghetto. I should have moved to Africa when I had a chance. Whatever. All right. I told her I wasn't moving to Florida because this ain't, I can't swim, and I'm not moving nowhere where a storm can pick your house up and put it down somewhere else. Why y'all keep living in places where this continues to happen every year makes no sense to me. I'm not moving to Florida. I'm not moving anywhere along the line of the tornadoes, like Kentucky, them lower plain fields places. Nah, I'm good. I'm not moving there. And I'm not moving nowhere near no volcano. I'm good. Atlanta don't have none of that stuff. We ain't around none of that. I'm good right here. We've had a couple earthquakes since I've lived here, but they small. They were small. I'm good. What I got to worry about? What I got to worry about in Atlanta? I ain't got to worry about too much. But y'all living on the coast, Teacher Nitra, Rodney, y'all in South and North Carolina. Ain't the Carolinas near water? Are y'all inland enough? Something bound to happen eventually, y'all. Eventually, America has gotten, we've been too blessed with not having any real catastrophic events. Yes, we had Katrina. Katrina was bad. But we ain't, not like Thailand, Japan, you know what I'm saying? Not like them island places. We ain't got hit like they got hit. Them folks get hit. Okay? Them folks get hit. And I ain't trying to be like that. I'm good. I'll stay right here in little old Atlanta. Corey said, that's how I feel about Michigan. These little lakes not gonna do shit. I prefer these little lakes versus anything, versus any ocean. Exactly. I feel you. I feel a lake is just a lake, but an ocean, it's got motion. 2-bar baby. Okay, here go the next one. So look, you got to go to my Instagram. I'm going to post a picture of this on my Instagram, okay? I didn't post it here. I didn't pull it up. But if you go on my Instagram, I'll post a picture of this because it was really cool looking, okay? So I'm into animals. I tell y'all that all the time. I watch a lot of Animal Planet. I watch a lot of David Attenborough videos. If you don't know who Sir David Attenborough is, there's something wrong with you. That man done showed us all. He is it. Steve Irwin, David Attenborough. For me, Steve Irwin, all right, crikey, David Attenborough. Okay. That man got a smooth ass voice. Anyways, I like learning about different animals or whatever. And I like the idea of animals that are in harsh environments or animals you've never seen. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many variants of different species and geniuses of animals. And it's really cool that you can have a bird on this island and then have a bird on this island, and they're the same bird, but they different. That's really cool to me. That whole Darwinism, all of that shit is really cool to me. So a new story about a snail that lives an active volcano is now circulating the internet. There's an article on All That's Interesting, and it's about a species of snail that's found only on an active volcano in the Pacific Ocean. And when I say active, I mean it's spewing out molten lava as we speak. So if you don't know, yes, there are volcanoes underwater. And the water near these volcanoes are extremely hot, and there's life forms there. And it brings attention to the fact of what we think is needed for life to survive, right? Because we automatically think life needs water, life needs oxygen, life needs light, right? But there are creatures that are flourishing in some of the most inhospitable to humans environments. And why is that cool to me? Because now you can't tell me that there can't be life on other planets, because you're basing it upon a earthly life form that survives as a carbon-based creature that needs light, water, and a certain temperature, right? But you got these creatures that are thriving in environments that don't look like what we're used to. So who's to say on a planet that is potentially all hydrogen or hydrogen and magnesium or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the pressure is extreme. Like, who's to say there's not some sort of creature or animal or humanoid or whatever that's flourishing on that planet? That's why it's interesting to me. So according to this article, these snails are able to survive in the harsh environment of a volcano thanks to their amazing adaptations. They develop special shells that can withstand incredibly high temperatures and high acidity levels, and they've learned how to feed on the algae and bacteria that grow on the rocks around the volcano. And now you might be thinking, okay, that's weird, but what's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. These snails could actually help us learn more about how life evolves in extreme environments like deep sea vents and other hostile places. Plus, they're really cool creatures. Of course, there's always going to be some people who will say, who cares about a stupid snail? But it's just another example of the incredible diversity of life on this planet. And it's kind of amazing that these little snails are somehow able to make home on something as dangerous as an active volcano. So, could you imagine a snail that has a iron shell? Because basically these snails have created their shells out of iron, like molten rock, and it's got an iron casing. That's why I want y'all to go on my Instagram when I post it. I'll post it after the show and y'all look at them. These shits look really freaking freaky. They look like something out of a James Cameron idea of what a snail would be like on Tattoo somewhere, or on Avatar's fucking planet, right? It's really cool. It's really cool. Like, take time out to go outside, have your kids dig in the dirt, look at animals, pick up things. My kids are always picking up something. My son is not afraid to pick up a lizard. My daughter, she'll go and pick up stuff. The only time my kid freaked out was when she saw that big ass snake. Now, my daughter saw a snake that was the size of my son. My son is 12 years old. He come up to my shoulder. That snake was longer than him. So this snake was definitely longer. I'm 5'2" and a half. 5'3". But my son, he got to be right at like maybe about 4'9". That damn snake was long, and it scared the shit out of my daughter, as it should. That's in our DNA to be scared of stuff like that. But let your kids go outside, explore, play, let their imagination run. Everything can't be technology and video games. You know what I mean? Like, let them do some stuff, see some stuff, do some stuff with their hands, let their imagination run, because they might be the next person to discover something that no one has ever discovered before. You know, like, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Let's see. We got some people responding on here. Oh, y'all sending me hearts and badges and stuff. I never got them before. Thank you. I appreciate that. Corey said, I tell my friends all the time, it's very important of us to believe, it's very arrogant of us to believe this is the only planet with life. Yeah, especially when, okay, so look, when you got people who sit up here and say that we've never left Earth, or that, you know, I don't know, just, I like the idea that one day we'll be like Star Trek, that we will be going out and visiting new worlds and seeing what's on these different planets. We are natural explorers. We don't stay in one place. But it's very, very, very arrogant to believe that this explosion of life that happened on this planet only happened on this planet out of billions of years of planet formations. Five, 2.5 does equal a 3 in that metric. Shut up. When I put on my heels, I'm 5'5", 5'6". I'm tall. But yeah, it says a lot to just about you as a person. I feel as though you might be a little narrow-minded. I closed out the wrong thing. To believe that there's no other life anywhere else but right here on this planet. There's planets or celestial bodies, I'll call them that. There are celestial bodies in our solar system that has the makings of life. So to believe that something outside our solar system doesn't have the ability or the makings of life is crazy. That's just crazy. And we haven't even found everything on this planet. How do I know? Here's our next topic. Here we go. So I call this one New Life. Get ready, because I found some exciting news that might have you jumping for joy. According to a recent article in the World Wildlife Fund's website, a whopping 380 new species have been discovered in the greater Mekong region over the past 2 years. That's 2021 and 2022 combined. So you telling me, after the Great Plague of 2019, we still discovering new animals, and not one or two or three. 380 new species have been discovered. And you trying to tell me that there ain't life on other planets? That crazy. That sound funny. That just sound funny. It don't even sound right to me. Like, it don't even go together right. Now, I don't know about you, but there's something about discovering new species that gets me all riled up. And maybe it's the idea that there's still so much we don't know about the world around us. And whatever the reason is, I find it extremely thrilling. The new species that have been discovered include everything from fish, flowers, and geckos to snails. And get this, many of these species are actually found in places we might think of as being already well explored, like national parks and national reserves. And that's why I said, go outside and look and find things. You never know. It might be something right here in your own backyard that you discover that no one else has ever found before, or they didn't know it was here in this region, or it's a new subspecies, or it has mutated in a way that no one has ever seen before. Guess what? You want to talk about legacy? You get to name that. You find something that nobody else has found before, you get to name it. You know what I'm saying? I need to find a sunshiness, rainus. I don't know how I would call it, but something. I need to find something and name it, and y'all be talking about me for the rest of y'all lives. Every time y'all bring this animal up or this plant up, you got to say my name. Say my name. Say my name. Okay. Of course, it's not always all good news. The article also points out that many of these species are already at risk due to habitat destruction and other threats. But at least now we know they're there and we can take steps to protect them. The fact that there are so many new species still being discovered just goes to show that there's always more to learn about the world we live in. And who knows, maybe there's a whole new species of animal or planet out there waiting to be discovered in your own backyard. Really dope. It's really, really dope. I also feel like I don't want us to try to to explore space as much as we should try to explore our own ocean. We've only explored 10% of the Earth's ocean, and that's not even counting the stuff that's frozen over. It's a lot more to be discovered right here on Earth. So instead of building rockets, I'd rather build submarines. You know, the Marianas Trench, that is the deepest part of the ocean. We haven't even gotten to the bottom of that bad boy. We haven't even really explored that bad boy. And one of the people that's exploring it is James Cameron. He is our Jacques Cousteau right now. Like, really, really dope. So, let your kids, especially little black kids, let little black kids know that there are other jobs out here to do than just be a lawyer, a doctor, or whatever. Like, you could be a marine biologist, discover new animals. There's so much going on under our planet in the water that we're not looking at. And I just think it's cool. I think it's cool. I don't know about y'all, but I think it's cool. And I also think it's time for us to do another commercial break. So that's what we about to go do. When we get back from this commercial break, it is Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we talk about weeds. That's right. So we're going to have some currency conversations when we get back. Let's see. We're going to talk about weed over tobacco. We also have a story called Cloudy Piss and witches for weeds. That's right. We've got witches for weeds. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. And while we're on commercial break, for the people who are here most of the time, y'all are used to this. Y'all know how the show usually go. What do you think about the way the articles are written? I use ChatGPT to write these articles, and the ChatGPT sent them to me. This is exactly how they put it out. I did not tell them to write it in a sarcastic, humorous, informative manner, because I feel like that's my voice. I just told it I just put it in there and popped it out and felt what it would do. Because like I said, my next goal is to purchase a teleprompter, and I'll put the teleprompter that I found that I like. I'll put it on my Facebook today, and maybe it might be somebody out there who wishes to purchase and have it sent to me. Donations and gifts are wonderful. I definitely appreciate them. As a matter of fact, call it a birthday gift, because All Hustle No Fear turns 4 in August. So you can call it an early birthday gift for All Hustle No Fear. But I'm testing out new ways to make this better. I want to look into the camera more. I want to talk to y'all. I want to give you my eyes. You know what I'm saying? They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. And it's just very much more inviting. It feels more personable when I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you. It feels like I'm talking to you compared to me looking down and reading. So I'm working on some new things. So y'all let me know in the comment section how it sounds, if it sounds better, if it sounds, pleasing to you. And if it don't, say that too. We're going to work on it. All right. This is All Hustle No Fear on Hits 92.3. It's time to play some music, and I'm feeling like a little Trans-Lee. Shout out to Scarlip. I've been playing some Scarlip. I've actually had to drop her off of my list of artists that I can play because she's gotten too big now. She's gotten too big, and they sending me stuff talking about, you can't play that. You play that, we gonna silence the video. So shout out to Scarlip and everything that she's doing out there right now. She's doing really dope. So we're gonna play some here's Trans-Lee Soul Shaker, and then after that, just stay tuned. Who knows, I might play something else, or I might come right back right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.
Can't let my heart show on my sleeve. Ain't missed the call yet from the streets. Spin round the block like I got beef. Baby, I'm like that, you gon' see. These are words of affirmation. Wish you want me to be more than another situation. Wish you want me to be more than another situation.
We double drinking, the vibe is peaking, we geeking. There's something speaking straight to my soul, fully breathing. She got the feeling like 90s R&B, I'm tweaking. To ever leave her, it probably never be a reason. A soul shaker, a twerker, a business owner, a real friend that's still cool if you don't talk, you grown up. A love pusher, peace empowerment, mamacita. Back when I met her, she was sipping a limerita. A forward thinker, still be throwing it back on me. And if I'm lacking, she gon' pick up that slack for me.
Can't let my heart show on my sleeve. Ain't missed the call yet from the streets. Spin round the block like I got beef. Baby, I'm like that, you gon' see. These are words of affirmation. Wish you want me to be more than another situation. Wish you want me to be more than another situation.
Big booty, slapping it when you get moody. Confident, you never tripping, I get groupie. Never dolo, ride with me even on promo. Album cover, even help me design logo. A fresher too, in it cause we got deeper roots. Remember boo, the balconies in our birthday suit. That yellow coupe, Los Angeles in that Pikachu. I peeked at you, and now I'll forever see the truth.
My heart show on my sleeve. Ain't missed the call yet from the streets. Spin round the block like I got beef. Baby, I'm like that, you gon' see. These are words of affirmation. Wish you want me to be more than another situation. Wish you want me to be more than another situation. You should want me, but maybe I'm from the wrong generation.
Because the greatest love of all is inside of me. Yeah. Sexy chocolate.
God damn, that boy can sing.
You must be crazy.
He good.
You must be crazy.
No, I ain't no Jay-Z, but you still get a chain. Shooting at niggas like that nigga Clay. Invested in myself and doubled up my pay. No, I ain't from BK, still having my way. In the street late, tardy. Hater sweeter than pastry. Make so much money now, they debit, and I don't even miss it now. I'm credit for making out the hood now. But Sally Mae paid off tuition now. Got Mary Blasters fell down. Side chicks known to tell fell it down. Good pussy available, yeah. on the swag. If you see me in the street, swag on the swag. Had to keep my dreams closed. Try to stop you when they see you getting close. Not stop until I see myself in fold. Need bad bitches, silk robes, flashier than pimp clothes. Finesse to success like a finger roll. Crept in, booth on tippy toes. Getting DMs from centerfolds. Now in homes like dinner rolls. Network TV, no cubicles. Follow dreams, live on both coasts. LA, Atlanta, Leicester. Hot 97 on the human torch. Gone sway, wanna be a citizen. Try to play me like Braxton. Swag on the swag. If you see me in the street, swag on the swag. Oh, swag on the swag. If you see me in the street, swag on the swag. Champagne when I hit $1 million. Then we do 100 million. Middle Eastern or Brazilian. Fuck it, let's get $1 billion. Yeah. Niggas always in their feelings when they see you climbing up in their home chillin'. Triple mumble rap like a penicillin. Like Big Tree Hills on Timberland. And I got more shows on the way. Feature film that I wrote, big payday. Only making classic like Friday. Ain't coming to America like Eddie. Swerving on niggas like a Segway. If you owe me, pay up like underlay. In your bitch mouth just like Colgate. I remember dinner day set. Swag on the swag. If you see me in the street, swag on the swag.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
He fell. Oh no. My Lord.
What's up? We back. Rodney had something to say, and I definitely agree with what he's saying. I really do. He said, it's funny because I can hear the words that were generated for you, but I also hear you trying to read them being you. I know it's just an adjustment that you have to make as well, but I can definitely see how it can make things easier for you to produce a smoother flow. And yes, and that's the thing about it. I don't want to just say Chat GPT. Technology in itself should be used in conjunction with. It shouldn't be the end all be all. And I think that's where a lot of people get caught slipping, or where they get caught, plagiarizing or fugazi, because you don't put in that extra work to really make it yours. You know what I mean? Like the outline. And to be honest with you, reading the stories from what Chat GPT made and from what the actual article said, I feel like it might have condensed it too much and I would have added more to it. So it's just a matter of finding ways to make it work. Krim tells me that you have to talk to it like a black mom. And I'm still trying to, this is so weird, but I'm very polite to the machines. Like, I say please, and please edit this to sound like this. Krim is like, you need to talk to it like a black mom who telling your kids to wash dishes. Rewrite that and make it sound like this. Do this. So I'm trying to learn how to really interact with the software to get it to do what I want it to do. And when I do, y'all not gonna be able to tell. Because the other thing is that if I had the teleprompter, I would be able to control the teleprompter and be able to stop it where I want to stop it and to add what I want to say and then make it start going again without me having to try to find my place. Because what you're seeing also is me trying to find where I left off in the article. Or you also hear me trying to skip some of the colloquialisms that it added that it thought was cool. And I'm like, nah. But there's a racism to it in a way too. Because I told it one time, I was like, rewrite this for a black girl. And what it spit out to me was extremely funny. Like the first time it wrote it, it put references of Paris and Mulan and something like that. And when I said rewrite it for a black girl, it put Atlanta and Miami. And I said, the racism is real. Even the machines are racist, but whatever. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna work on it some more. But I appreciate the input, and please don't ever be afraid to tell me, give me y'all input on my show. I'm either gonna accept it or I'm not. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like it's coming from a place of love, or if I feel like it's coming from a place of understanding, then I'm gonna accept it. If it's not, I'm just gonna act like it was never said to me and it don't matter. Because somebody last night on Spank Me Positive, they gave us an idea to, because if you ever watch Spank Me Positive, she's the only show that's red. And it's because what she's talking about, I thought it was just really cool for her brand if we had a red light on her. But because of the red light, it kind of dims her face and it doesn't make her seen the way we want her to be seen. And somebody that was watching was like, hey, if I was y'all, I would try to put a light in a certain position and make it this type of light. And that way they'll bounce off each other. We're going to try it next week. Absolutely. Send me information. I'm all for it. Remember that crab in a bucket thing I was talking about? When you don't have that mentality, when you're willing to give out just as much, you'll receive just as much. I've given y'all how many gems today? How many gems have I thrown at y'all today? So, of course, somewhere the universe is going to send this information or information that I need right back to me. That's the mindset that you should have instead of the crab in the bucket mindset. Just saying. So now it's time for Nugget News. Nugget News is where we talk about things that are going on in the community that have to do with weed. Okay? Like, it's a plant, y'all. And it's getting to the point where we in the same country and we abiding by different laws. And that don't make sense. Hell, it's some places where it's one rule in one county, and if you drive right down the street, it's a rule in a different county. Because I had to put somebody up on game real quick. They was like, he was telling me something, and he was like, well, I got a whole bunch of, product on me, and I'm about to go somewhere or whatever, but it's cool because, weed is legal anyway. So if I get stopped by the police, it ain't a problem. First of all, weed is not legal in Atlanta. Weed has been decriminalized in a couple of municipalities around the greater Atlanta area, including the city of Atlanta. But go to Cobb County with that weed on you if you want to, and you will see the inside of a Cobb County jail. Let the officer be an officer and want to throw other charges on you. And trust me, it being decriminalized ain't got nothing to do with a federal charge. Have weed, money, and a gun on you and see what's going to happen. Decriminalize my ass. But you have to know what's going on in your community to understand that. So I try to make sure I bring attention to just different things going on in the cannabis community for us so we can have those conversations. All right. So the first one we're gonna start with is witches for weed. And I just think this is so cute and so funny. Apparently in the city of Salem, Massachusetts. Yes, that's how I say that word, Massachusetts. In the city of Salem, Massachusetts has decided to stop arresting people for possessing or using psilocybin mushrooms. That's right. They have stopped arresting people for psychedelic mushrooms. And why is this funny? Because if you would have ate some mushrooms back in the day and saw a woman, you probably would have been like, she's a witch. She's a witch. You know what I'm saying? Or she would have gave you some mushrooms and you started feeling woozy. You would have said she was a witch and they'd have burnt that hoe up. So, it's just kind of funny. It's not exactly legal, but it is a step in the direction of making drugs the lowest law enforcement priority. Now, if you're familiar with Salem's history, you might find this somewhat ironic. It's the same town that had a whole witch trial going on a while back. And I mean, they're now leading the way in mushroom tolerance. What's next? Puritan themed rave parties. That definitely was Chat GPT trying to be funny. I'm good. Next time I'm gonna tell it be black people funny. I don't know if y'all got that joke, but a Puritan themed rave party is kind of funny. As a reader, I know what they're talking about. Anyways, all kidding aside, there's actually some serious discussion happening around the role of drugs in our society. Some folks believe that the war on drugs has been an expensive and ineffective failure, and that we need to focus more on public health and harm reduction. Other people still think that any kind of drugs are bad. But let's get back to the mushrooms. There's some evidence to suggest that psilocybin might be used for treating conditions like depression, anxiety, and addiction. And remember, last week we talked about people using happy mushrooms for people with colorblind issues, right? Remember we talked about that? And even if you don't buy into the therapeutic value of drugs, you have to admit that locking people up from using them seems a little extreme. I literally can go in my yard and cut some mushrooms. If I eat them, I possibly could die because I don't know the difference between a poisonous mushroom and a non-poisonous mushroom. But if I eat them, it's foraging. Now, if I grow a mushroom in my backyard that just so happens to have a side effect to it, now I'm going to go to jail. How that makes sense, though? How does that make sense to y'all? Because that don't make sense to me. Now, does it make sense that if I have a chemical and I change the molecules and the compounds of this chemical, and the new chemical will do something to my brain, or, you know what I'm saying, it gives me a high? Yeah, okay, we need to be careful with that, because we already know that chemicals and stuff like that can be really bad for the body. But if it just grows like that and God just made it like that, I don't think it should be illegal. That's just me. I don't think anything that God created should be illegal. That's like saying water should be illegal or air should be illegal. Like, what? It's just naturally here. Now, when you add water, baking soda, baby laxatives. I don't know the recipe fully, but I listen to trap music. Like, when you got to do all of that, that's different. That's different. I feel differently about that. I feel a little different about that. So, you know. Well, there's not going to be a Magic Mushroom Day parade in Salem anytime soon, but it's still illegal at the federal level and state levels. But it's a step in the right direction, and it may be a sign that more people are starting to question the wisdom of our current drug policies. Maybe it's just a clever way to ploy by the city council to get more tourists to come check out their witch museums. Who knows? The future is always a little hazy when you're talking about psychedelics. Okay. Y'all remember a long time ago, I said I would love to create a theme park for adults where you have to like break the law and get away with it, right? So like instead of a roller coaster, you got or instead of bumper cars, you got to do a high speed chase and get away. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to go in a house and rob a house without getting shot by the homeowner or something like that. Like, I would like a live GTA amusement park, because yeah, kids amusement parks are great and everything, but adults like to have fun too, and we want to do some debaucherous shit. I want to do some stuff that in real life I'm not able to do. Let me bury a body and try to get away with it. I mean, it's a fake body. It's a fake burial. But I want to see if I could, you know what I'm saying, if I could have got away with it. You know what I'm saying? Let me have Criminal Minds Town. Instead of Toontown, let me have Criminal Minds Town. And I got to make it through being a serial killer. And I could choose. Do I want to be the serial killer, or do I want to be the cop? Don't y'all think that would be a real cool ass amusement park to go to? as an adult. Now, what if there were some amusement parks or some places that you went to that they automatically gave you mushrooms? Okay, now, not only is this fun, but this is fun. You know what I'm saying? Like Fantasia, instead, the movie Fantasia back in the day, instead of giving me 3D glasses, give me some mushrooms before I get to watch Fantasia. And I'm just waiting on them to kick in. And now, oh shit. do. Yeah. That's another one. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, Willy Wonka and the Charlie Factory. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Eat mushrooms before you watch that. Hell, eat mushrooms before you watch any of the Fast and the Furious movies. So, movie theater. You should be able to get mushrooms at a movie theater. I think that would be really dope. No? Y'all don't agree? Rodney said that joke was definitely not seasoned. The one about the Puritans, it had no salt, pepper, oregano, a little bit of paprika, onion powder. It didn't have none of that on there. That was definitely a Wahite joke. It's definitely a Wahite joke. But yeah, I think that would be cool. I would do it. Shout out to Salem for letting folks get high off mushrooms. This next one is called Cloudy P. So I came across a piece of news that I thought you guys might be interested in. Apparently, the governor of Washington has signed a new bill that protects employees from being drug tested for THC. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Because look, you hired me to come to work, to do a job at work. Unless I am at work high and don't need to be, you know, there's certain jobs I don't want you to come to work high. I don't need a high nurse. I don't need my bus driver to be high. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my police officers to be high. But if you are a chef or a cook, I expect you to smoke some cocaine or snort or however you consume cocaine. I don't do it. But I expect you to stand out. Waffle House chefs, I expect you to stand outside on your break and smoke a blunt. I just do. I don't know why. Teachers should be allowed to drink edibles or eat edibles at work, because who want to deal with all these damn kids all day? Who? Certain jobs just shouldn't be drug tested. That's just my thought. So, if you're a Washington resident who likes to partake in some green, you no longer have to worry about getting fired just because you were fried. According to an article I read on High Times, this new bill will prohibit employers from making pre-employment testing for cannabis a requirement. Now, I'm not saying that this gives people a carte blanche to show up to work high as a kite, but after all, it is illegal to drive under the influence, and it's still probably not a great idea to roll into the office smelling like a dispensary. That's why you do dabs. If you got to go somewhere and you don't want to smell like weed, you should dab. Nobody ever knows. You can dab your life away, or you can smoke. I'm not really for vape cartridges, not consistently. I think vape cartridges should be, you know, I'm going somewhere, or, you know, you leave it in your car because at work you can't smell like weed, so you hit your vape cart a couple of times and then you move on about your way. That I'm okay with. But I wouldn't want you to replace cannabis with a vape cart, and I wouldn't want you to smoke more than one, possibly two vape carts a month. And I wouldn't want you to do it every month. I'm just not for vape carts like that. I feel like yeah, I don't like those. I can't give you a real reason why. It's just my ancestors are sitting on my neck saying, you don't want to sound like one of them women that be like, hey, you want me to hook your dick tonight? I don't want to sound like that. So I feel like a vape cart might not be the right thing to consume. But Yeah, if you don't want to smell like weed, edibles and cartridges, vapes, or what's it called, is a better thing to consume than to just smoke the herb straight. Just being honest with y'all. There are some people who are going to be unhappy about this news, and I can already hear the HR department at some old school company bemoaning the loss of their ability to drug test anyone who walks through the door. But for those of us who think drug testing is an invasion of privacy and a relic of an outdated approach to a drug policy, this is definitely some welcome news. Why do we say that? Well, okay, there are jobs like Walmart, right? Walmart, they don't just pee test you. Sometimes they do a follicle test. If you know anything about a follicle test is within the last 3 to 6 months, right? A pee test or the swab or whatever is the last 30 days or whatever. And then on top of that, it's still really not fair because you have a cannabinoid system in your body. So cannabis stays in your system extremely longer than other drugs that are synthetic, that do not have systems in your body. There is no cocaine system in your body. There is no heroin system in your body. There is absolutely positively a cannabinoid system in your body. Not only that, but your body produces female bodies produces cannabis naturally. When we produce milk in our colostrum in the milk, there's a cannabinoid in there to make the baby hungry. Know your body, people. So to drug test me for cannabinoids, knowing that they can stay in my system and my fat cells up to 30 days after I've smoked, but Joe over here can do cocaine 3 days ago and it's no longer in his system. That's not fair. That's why I don't like drug tests. That's not fair. Also, why the fuck do I need a drug test to work at Walmart? I walked out of Walmart one time. I was younger and I was trying to get a quick job, and I walked into Walmart and the lady was like, okay, here's the Quest Diagnostics. You have to go there within the next 45 minutes and go do a drug test. I was like, I don't even want that. She was like, why not? I was like, I'm not going to go do a drug test. She was like, but you need a drug test to get hired. So then I'm not going to get hired here. I'm not going to go do a drug test. Not for Walmart. For Walmart? As a matter of fact, when I come to work, you should give me a blunt at Walmart. This is crazy. I'm not doing a drug test for Walmart. That's stupid. If you're if you're a worker in Washington who enjoys a little weed on the weekends, let out a sigh of relief. Your boss won't be able to berate you anymore unless, of course, you're showing up late to meetings all the time, and that's a different story. Also, what ChatGPT didn't include in here, because I did read the stories before I let ChatGPT do them so I could at least know what they were about. There are going to be some jobs that you still get tested, but they were working on not testing you for government job. Well, there are government jobs that you get tested for, but there are some government jobs that they were trying to just not have to test you for, like court clerk. There's no reason why a court clerk should have to be tested for what they do off of their time. But it does go, as a court clerk, it does kind of go into the legalities of it. It's against the law, so you can't be doing something that's against the law at work. It's weird. You got to know your jobs. We've got one more, and then we're gonna go ahead, and unfortunately that's my time, y'all. We got to get out of here, but I'll be right back here tomorrow with another set of stories, and tomorrow is Insta Troll, so we're gonna go ahead and shoot me all y'all videos because I'm gonna look at them tonight. Today's the day I look at them and upload them. Okay. So if you've been concerned about the negative health effects of tobacco use, it turns out that the legalization of cannabis could be contributing to a decrease in tobacco use. And I think that's absolutely amazing. I have never even put a cigarette on my lips before. I have, when I was younger, I used to smoke Black and Milds, but something about the smell, the taste, how they made me feel, I gave those up quickly. And even when I do consume cannabis, I rather use raw papers because I don't like using Black and Mild. I mean, not Black and Milds, but I don't like using the blunts and stuff because it still has tobacco in it, and I can taste the difference and I can feel the difference now. So I prefer just to, have mine rolled up in Bible paper, to be honest with you. You Hopefully y'all got that joke. According to a study I found on High Times, researchers have been looking at data from states where cannabis has been legalized, and they found that some people are opting to use weed instead of tobacco. And it appears that cannabis is becoming a more popular alternative for those who are looking to quit smoking cigarettes or who want to avoid the harmful side effects of tobacco use. As someone who's always been worried about the health risks associated with smoking, this news is definitely encouraging to me. No, that's not me. That's Chat GPT, because I've never been concerned about the risk associated with smoking because I refuse to smoke a cigarette. Though I live in the house with two people who smoke cigarettes, and it absolutely but that's that I can't control them. That's their life. That's their world. And I'm not one of those overbearing people. We just have certain rules. There's no smoking cigarettes in my bedroom at all. At all. Y'all smoke that outside the rest of the house, and try to smoke outside as often or as much as y'all possibly can. And no smoking cigarettes in my car, especially if I'm in the car. Please don't smoke cigarettes in my car. I can't stand it. It's a no-no for me. But it's interesting to see how the legislation of marijuana is having an impact on public health in ways that many people didn't expect. Of course, there will always be some folks who are skeptical of these kinds of studies and who will argue that cannabis itself is harmful to your health. Again, cannabinoid system in your body. Cannabinoid system. And it's worth noting that marijuana is still illegal at the federal level, even though more and more states are legalizing it. At the end of the day, it is important to consider the benefits that legalization can have for public health. And if legalizing cannabis helps some people quit smoking tobacco, then in my opinion, it's a step in the right direction. I also absolutely positively agree with California. I like the fact that over the next couple of years, they are just making it so that if you're this age, they're just eventually tobacco products will not be available to you. The tobacco lobbyists are definitely working hard in California to overturn that, but I think it's a good thing. If you are in an industry that is detrimental to people's health, you should believe that at some point in time, your industry will eventually come to a halt. Why force somebody to continue doing something that has been proven to be harmful to them? I don't get that. You got to find something else to do. As long as we've been around, why haven't y'all found a better way to create a cigarette that's less harmful? Not saying that cigarettes can be less harmful, but I don't know. Take out the rat poison, the formaldehyde, the what's the stuff that's in the walls? Fiberglass and everything else that's in there. Like, cigarettes have a lot. If you've never really looked into what you are consuming when you smoke a cigarette, please, because that shit's nasty. You know what I'm saying? Weed ain't nothing but a couple little flowers rolled up in a little bit of paper. And some of us don't even put it in no paper. Some of us just consume it as is. So, that's my take on that. Y'all, that's the end of the day. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing else to tell y'all about. But if you have enjoyed yourself today, if you've enjoyed yourself, make sure you come back and tell somebody else. Be a good little prostitute. What is a prostitute? A prostitute is somebody who proselytizes, who tells you, who tries to convert you from one thing to another. And I need you to be an AHNF, a all hustle, no fear prostitute. Convert your friends' morning. Make sure they tuned in to all hustle, no fear, instead of the dude with the mustache or the guy with the bald head and the girl and the other guy. And they got a show in the morning for brunch or lunch or breakfast or whatever, or the dude with the other guy and the glasses and the rapper and all. You know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. I think you should do that. I think it would be good. It's been fun. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to All Hustle No Fear. I'm gonna play y'all a song on the way out and let y'all go. But it is Thursday, so make sure y'all stay tuned. We have Karen the Connector coming up at 12. Later on in the day at 5, we've got the Culturally Dope Show. And then later on after that, we have Off the Clock Radio at 7. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned right here to Hits 92.3. We've got the hits, all right? Because we are the real definition of internet radio. Here is Level D with I'm Cool. And actually, it's really cool. He and his wife are going to have a show right here on the Hits 92.3 platform. I believe it's going to be on Wednesdays at noon. I really think that's when it's going to be. So y'all make sure y'all check him out too, okay? This is All Hustle No Fear. Bye.
Yeah, man, I'm tired. That don't mean that I'm through. I don't need nobody coming around here acting brand new. I don't fool with them fools. I be breaking all the rules. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool. Today I'm cool, but today I'm cool. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool. But today I'm cool, but today I'm cool. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool. Lately I've been good at avoiding my buttons. I've been dipping on pointless discussions. I've been focused on what I be loving. I be ducking, bobbing and weaving, the flash and lynch. Proceed the attempts trying to get me out of pocket. Creep it to my wallet. Got my fossil arm chip, trap me, stop, do not acknowledge. Stepping right over the pothole. Smile at the plain clothes. Focus on the bankroll. Multiple stream of income, yeah, that's the cheat code. If you ain't know now, you know, so slow down and just think more thorough before they put you under the chair and start claiming Rico. Yeah, man, I'm tired. That don't mean that I'm through. I don't need nobody coming around here acting brand new. I don't fool with them fools. I be breaking all the rules. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool. Today I'm cool, but today I'm cool. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool. But today I'm cool, but today I'm cool. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool. Lately I've been visually spitting. I seen the image, it's the beginning. I can't end it, it's time to finish. I've been a minute out. I had to break it to pieces and put it back together. Talk about myself, I caught a whiff of blood, savoring the taste. I gotta crush whatever standing in my way. I gotta cool down, I need smooth sound. I need a few rounds to smoke a few pounds. I need yeah, man, I'm tired. That don't mean that I'm through. I don't need nobody coming around here acting brand new. I don't fool with them fools. I be breaking all the rules. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool. Today I'm cool, but today I'm cool. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool. But today I'm cool, but today I'm cool. Yesterday I was mad, but today I'm cool.
Good morning. This is All Hustle, No Fear on Hits 92.3. And every morning you wake up with us because we rock your mic.
Mm-hmm. How big is your mic, Sunshine?
Big enough to interview you with. Are you in need of some tattoo therapy? Visit Studio 219 for your next tattoo or piercing. Studio 219 is located at 1900 Piedmont Road in Atlanta, just 1 mile from the Lindbergh train station. Studio 219 is open Monday through Saturday from 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and closed every Sunday. Book your appointment today by visiting www.studio219ink.com. That's studio219inc.com. Make sure to follow 219 on Instagram for promotions and specials at Studio 219ink. Studio 219. Let us fix your creative itch.
I just want to run my business and do ratchet shit with my friends. That's it.